pretty incredible moment in time for me. 30 years sober. Yeah, you can celebrate that. That's what we're doing here. A lot of friends in the room. I'm really grateful that you're here. And some of you are my friends in recovery, 12-step recovery. And I will keep your anonymity. Don't worry. And some of you are my friends who don't need 12-step recovery, which is a testament to me getting healthier, that I actually have friends who don't need 12-step recovery. But I kind of just wanted to lay it out a little bit, because for those in recovery, you know the drill. And for those not, you probably have friends or family or just people you deal with in life who deal with addiction. And it's a challenge. It's an everyday challenge. And people don't go into recovery from addiction because life was great, right? There's a real serious rock bottom. It's usually a big crisis in life. Sometimes it's really close to death. And so to turn that around is kind of miraculous in a way, sort of fate, if you believe in fate. But it also, there are a lot of people who try and aren't quite able to put it together. And, for those of us in recovery, we've lost a lot of those people. Those people were our friends, and they're not with us anymore. And you probably know people in your own lives who, tried and didn't quite get it. And what does it take, to actually do that, to be able to put up, 30 years? It's a daily practice. Is what it is. It's a daily practice of looking in and self-examination and trying to be better on a daily basis. But it also requires a lot of help and a lot of support. And it's great if you have a structure. And 12-step isn't the only way to get a structure to do that, but it requires that. And it requires a network of people to help you through it, because you've got to be in contact with those people when times are good, so that when times are bad and you're really struggling, you're used to that. You're used to reaching out and telling people what's going on and talking to people and getting help. It also requires the ability to be humble, to recognize that I don't have all the answers, and I need to just try to listen to what wisdom that you have that could help me today. And that's a powerful thing that we can all practice, right? Is, who has the information that I need right now to make it? And in the beginning, it's about surviving. It's about surviving, and you start putting these days together, and you start to kind of get the survival thing down. And you stop stepping out in front of a bus and waking up and going, oh my God, I almost died then. And you kind of start getting a little bit better. And at some point in the process, you go from this completely self-centered, in such pain, that the only thing you can focus on is really yourself, to a person who can actually consider being of service. Consider, I've got enough now in the tank that I can help other people. And you start reaching down, and you start helping up the next person, and that helps us, right? Helping the next person. And that's not just a recovery phenomenon. That's that's the concept of service, And then you run into people like Dickie Lee who teach you a little bit more about having that service mindset. And you're able to give. You're able to give. And there's also a part of just looking at you have to unpack all the pain. Right, this is a party, so we're not going to get into all the darkness of it, but you got to unpack that, right? Because there's a reason why you went to drugs or alcohol or sex or money or gambling or food. There's a reason why you chose that for your comfort, that for your safety, that for the way to connect with people or things or oneself. So that you start unpacking. I had a friend tell me once, James, you've been running from this tidal wave of shit for 20 years, and now you're gonna turn around and face it. And if you're brave, you'll just stand there and it'll wash you clean. And it's that like unpacking that stuff that really like allows us to heal, right? Got to heal from that trauma and that sort of stuff. And so I've spent the last like 20 years really like helping other people unpack that trauma, unpack that pain, unpack what's driving that addiction. And it's pretty incredible. I feel like today, like I'm living the dream. Like, cause I got, you hear people in recovery say, I got a second chance, I got a reset. And yeah, it's true, but yeah. So part of the dream is being able to celebrate with you all. Like look around the room. These are all amazing people that are here, right? You're all doing such exceptional things in the world. You might feel like you had a crappy day or you're going through some struggles, but you're fucking badasses who are all right here. And that's why I wanted to bring everybody together so you could meet some other badasses. So if you didn't get your thought prompt from the jar when you walked in, there's some questions, about like who are you gonna meet? Who's gonna help you with at your next level and that sort of thing. So meet some people here and enjoy yourselves and have a great time. I also wanted you to see Band-Aid School of Music because this is part of my service. This is part of what I do for our community, for music in Austin. This is part of what I do to contribute to the well-being of families, and thousands of families have come through here. Jim's and your kids have come here, so it's super cool to see that and to share that. There's another thing that I'm doing. Nobody really knows about this. Gabrielle and I are doing this. We're just starting this. I think maybe Jim, you know about this. I've started a school for emotional well-being. I'm trying to take all this 30 years of experience on how to unpack this trauma, how to create the life of your dreams, and specifically around trauma. Yeah, specifically around trauma. So it's called the School for Emotional Well-Being, and you might have friends or people who need a little bit of help, a little bit of coaching, a little bit of support through that, and that's a resource. And my hope is that people will come there, and then if they need 12-step, that's a great way for them to move on to that. But if they don't, they can still get some of this amazing knowledge that we have in recovery about like how to create a really great life, how to connect with the people that you love in a deeper way, in a cooler way, in a more cooperative way, and to not be caught up in the drama of it, right? But to actually see things as an opportunity, be able to, unpacking it as a gift, right? All those triggers, all those crazy shit, like those are all gifts that show us where our stuff is, right? So I just wanted to share that with you because you're my close friends, and I love you guys. So have a good time tonight, enjoy yourselves, and thanks for coming.